Hi there and welcome to Boxing Media Hub. We're proudly sponsored by Falcon Contracting in partnership with Jam's Boxing Chat. We're here for another live prediction show of Jermaine Franklin Jr. versus Devin Vargas. I'm delighted to be joined by SWS Boxing and Håkan Johansson. How are you fellas?
I'm all good, Jam.
I'm all good, Jams.
Thank you very much, mate. Right, we've got Jermaine Franklin Jr., who has a record of 22 wins, 2 losses, no draws. He's got 14 knockouts and he's never been stopped. He's a tough operator who I rate very, very highly. We've got Devin Vargas, a little bit of a journeyman, shall we say. He's
Gatekeeper.
got 2 wins, 10 losses, no draws. He's been stopped 7 times. So I think that's pretty much summing up my prediction right there. He's got 9 knockouts of his own. He was last out against Deontay Pettigrew, who he lost to twice, both times on UD. Jermaine Franklin was last out against Isaac Munoz Gutierrez, and that was a unanimous decision win in round 10. For me, Jermaine Franklin's fought at a much higher level. We know the people he's been in with. He's been in with the likes of Dillian White, Jerry Forrest, Anthony Joshua. Whereas Vargas, I don't know. He's been in with Charles Martin, Zhile Zhang, but he's been cleaned up in both, hasn't he? Let's be truthful. He's fought Junior Fart and Andy Ruiz too. So he's been in good company, shall we say, but he's not done so well in good company. So for me, this only goes one way, but I'll let you lads have your say first. Sammy, do you want to have your say first, mate?
Yeah, sure. I think it's a bit harsh you calling Vargas a journeyman. I wouldn't say journeyman. I would label him more as a gatekeeper sort of thing.
An away fighter, almost.
Yeah, you could say that. But yeah, he has been in there with good caliber, but he has been beat quite convincingly and stopped in most of his defeats. He's got a few decent little good wins. It's a bit of a local derby, as I had Dimitri Salter on a few days ago. And yeah, it's a bit of bragging rights, but I think, the caliber Jermaine's been in there with AJ, Jerry Forrest, as you say, White, and in my opinion, I thought he beat Dillian White. And that was an absolute dogfight, sort of a tear up. And I think, he got that win over that Mexican. I can't pronounce his name because we'll be here all day otherwise. Gutierrez, we'll go on that. I thought he looked quite good, and he won pretty much every round. It wasn't phased. And also, I think Jermaine's got a very good work rate, a decent engine on him. And I think, it's a decent name, but it's a must-win fight against somebody who's sort of a gatekeeper. And I do believe Jermaine's quite a bit, he's quite a lot better than this guy. And, hopefully, you see Jermaine back in these big fights with the heavyweights at the moment. A Joe Joyce fight, Chisora still interests me, sort of thing. Even those big fights in Saudi, the Sanchez's, sort of thing. There's good fights out there for Franklin. I think this is, he's on a win, gets this win, and hopefully, gets back in that mix where I believe, he could, where he deserves to be. For maybe a rematch with White, who knows? But in my opinion, Jermaine should be too strong for him, a bit too good with his, a bit too strong. And I'm saying Jermaine Franklin here to get the knockout win. I'm going to say round 4 in this one.
Fair enough, Sammy. Thank you, mate. That's a good call. It's pretty close to my own. I'll come to you in a second, Håkan. I'm just going to read out this comment from Chris Welch. He said, interesting to see how Franklin covers up. How Franklin's career goes. My eyes are really blurred at the minute. Put up a good fight versus White, which I thought Franklin won, in my opinion. So he's agreeing with what me and you said, Sammy, that he thinks Franklin won that fight too. And I do as well, mate. I think Franklin, once Usyk and Fury retire, I think he's up there with the next top level. I genuinely do. I think he's got that kind of ability. He's only 30 years old. He's got another 10 years at the top table at heavyweight. I think he's better than Deontay Wilder, to be honest. I think he's better than a lot of the fighters that are about at the minute. I think if he fights AJ again, he'll get knocked out. But once AJ's done as well, Franklin's going to be left pretty much on his ones, unless Big Jai moves up and cleans him up. But that's for another day, another story. For me, in this one, I'm going to go for Franklin knockout round 2. I think he comes out, knocks him down in the first, bullies him, and then in the second, cleans his clock. Håkan, what are you saying, sir?
First, the most interesting with this show is that we will hear legend Al Bernstein on the commentary for the zone.
Yeah, love that. Love that.
So for the fight, I agree with you both. I think that Franklin will stop Vargas in round 3. So I go the round between those. So
we got 2, 3, and 4 for the knockout.
Yes.
So we're all in the right frame of mind, aren't we? We're all in the same sort of corner there. It's nice to see, mate. Everyone agreeing on Boxing Media Hub. Fantastic. And if Franklin wins this, Håkan, who would you like to see him fight next?
First, Dimitri Salita cards are not that good. So on the Salita card, he can't get any good opponent. It's the same with Otto Wallin when he has fought when he was a Salita fighter.
He still is, I believe, and same with Jerome Muller. Still with
Otto Wallin has left Salita.
How is he now?
Yeah, he's a free agent, and he has signed to a new manager who that was Jolene Mizzone that got the Joshua fight for him. It wasn't Salita.
Tell you what, Håkan, Otto Wallin against Franklin. If Franklin comes through, which we expect him to do so, that'd be a good fight. Otto Wallin.
And now when Otto has left Salita, that fight could be. Salita perhaps not would have had Franklin against Otto Wallin, but now he's not with Otto, so that fight would be good.
I think that'd be the next step because he, like I say, he tested Tyson Fury with that cut and stuff. He pushed him to the limit. Yeah, AJ cleaned up a little bit quick, but AJ's come on, he's a world level operator. Otto Wallin is fringe level world operator, isn't he? A good test for anyone who wants to get to that top table. So for me, I think that would be a very, very good fight. And
I agree. I know that Otto Wallin is supposed to have a tune-up fight in late summer, and then in
do you know who that is against?
No, I heard that his management team with Jolene Mizzone is they have a contract with a promoter in Texas, I've heard, so he could end up at the card in Texas in late summer.
That sounds good fun, mate. That sounds good fun.
But it will be tune-up fight.
He's got to have a tune-up before he goes in with someone like Franklin or a big boy, because after that...
in late autumn, he hoped to get a bigger fight.
Yeah, well, let's hope that he has a tune-up, wins that, and then we see Jermaine Franklin against Otto Wallin, maybe in the UK. Imagine that. That'd be a great fight. It's more than likely.
I think that fight should be in the US for me when both are based in US.
Yeah, especially with Dimitri Salita promoting Franklin as well.
Yes.
So definitely. Sorry, Sam, what were you going to say, mate?
I wasn't going to say anything.
Oh, that's all right then, mate. No worries. Well, on that note then, lads, we'll wrap this up. We've all got our predictions. We're all...
I said maybe the Joyce fight maybe as well could be an interesting one.
Yeah, I think Joyce is too static. I think Franklin knocks him out for me, like probably early as well. But yeah, that'd be a good test of like his mettle, see how hard he punches, see if he's the real deal. But I believe in Franklin. I think he's got a good 9 or 10 years at the top table, and he could be something special. Like I say, once Usyk and Fury have buggered off, he's going to be the last man standing out of that crowd because Wilder's 40 now. You know,
you've got Dubois still knocking about. You know.
Yeah, Dubois would be that'd be a good test and all. Franklin Dubois, that'd be one for the future.
Hrgovic, how old's he? Do you know?
I think he's 33. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think he's around the 30 mark, something like that. But yeah, let's see what happens with him and Daniel Dubois out in California. That'd be fantastic on the 5v5. Oh, well. Anyway, on Boxing Media Hub, we're going to wrap this up. Thank you for joining. If you've not joined us before, hit that subscribe button. Thank you to Sam, SWS Boxing, and to Håkan Johansson. We're going to leave you with a little bit of Beck Connolly again because she's such a beautiful lady.
Hi, I'm Beck Connolly. You're watching Boxing Media Hub. Don't forget to subscribe.